Morning all. Today we are going to discuss ultrasonic machining process. In short, it is called as USM process. This process is also called as ultrasonic grinding or impact grinding. It uses a shape tool vibrating at electrosonic frequency to impel abrasive in the slurry against the workpiece. A reverse image of the tool is produced in the workpiece as the material is removed by abrasion. The frequencies selected are above the sonic range to avoid discomfort and fatigue to workers at lower frequency. Hence, it is called as ultrasonic machining process. Now, we'll discuss about the principle of ultrasonic machining process. The basic USM process involves a tool vibrating with a low amplitude and very high frequency and a continuous flow of an abrasive slurry in the small gap between tool and workpiece. The tool is gradually fed with a uniform force. The impact of the hard abrasive grains fractured the hard and brittle work surface, resulting in the removal of work material in the form of small wear particles. The tool material being tough and ductile, which wears out at a much slower rate. Then we will discuss about the construction details of this ultrasonic machining process. From diagram, we can see that the setup of this ultrasonic machining process. It consists of an electromechanical transducer for producing frequency up to 20 kHz to 30 kHz, which is more than the upper limit of audible frequency of the human ear and makes the process silent. It uses the slurry of small abrasive particles which is forced against the workpiece by using a vibrating tool, and it removes the material of workpiece in the form of small chips. The tool which is applied to the workpiece is generally made up of soft material, and slurry is either fed manually or through the pump. Sometimes hollow tools are also used because the slurry can feed through it easily. The transducer used in the process is made up of magnetostrictive material which is excited by the high frequency electric current, and it generates mechanical vibration. Then we will discuss about the working of this process. In this process, a high frequency electric current is applied by the ultrasonic oscillator to the ultrasonic transducer, which converts electrical energy into mechanical vibration. To get the amplitude from 0.01 mm to 0.1 mm, vibration of 20 kHz to 30 kHz are generated. Due to these vibrations, tool vibrates in a longitudinal direction. These vibrations are transmitted to the cutting tool through the transducer cone, which is connected to the body and tool holder. The shape of the cutting tool is mirror image as that of which is produced on the workpiece surface. This one is the principle we already discussed. This is the construction details, and this is the working of the process which we already discussed. Next point is specification. In that case, the first one is abrasive slurry. The most common abrasives are boron carbide, silicon carbide, corundum, or we can also call it as aluminum oxide, diamond, and boron silicarbide. Aluminum oxide is the best for cutting glass and ceramics, but it wears fast. Boron carbide is the most expensive abrasive material but suitable for cutting tungsten carbide tool steel, and the silicon carbide is difficult to keep in suspension. In some cases, diamond and rubies are nicely cut by using diamond powder, which gives good surface finish. The size of abrasive particles varies from 200 to 2000 grades. Coarse grades are used for roughing and finer grades are used for finishing. In this case, water is the most commonly used fluid, although other liquids such as benzene, glycerol, and oils are also used. Next one is ultrasonic machining tool. The tool is made up of soft ductile material. It may be the tools used are unhardened steel, copper, brass. It may be brazed or soldered or mechanically fastened to transducer through the tool holder. The material used for tool holders are monel metal and titanium. They have almost similar acoustic properties, but titanium can't be brazed. Hence, monel metal is more widely used. In some cases, stainless steel is also used, though it may be cheaper, but it does not have an good acoustic properties as other tool metals, and it has also a low fatigue strength. Its use is therefore limited to low amplitude application. The tool There is no relative motion between that tool and tool holder. The tool feed rate is 0.1 mm per second. Next one is the ultrasonic machining transducer. This transducer is used to provide vibration to the tool. The amplitude range is from 10 to 50 microns and the frequency is 20 to 30 kilohertz. Generally, there are two types of transducer. One is piezoelectric transducer. We already know that in this type there is change in the length that occurs in certain piezoelectric materials like quartz or zinchromium titrate when electric current is passed through this material. When the current is removed, the material immediately returns to its original size. When a high frequency supply is given to such a material, mechanical vibration are produced. But these transducers are available only up to 900 watt power rating. Therefore, in this process, generally the second type of transducer, that is magnetostrictive transducer, are used. These are subjected to a strong magnetic field when increase in length. When the field is removed, then they again come to their original length. And this transducer having power capacities up to 2.4 kilowatt. Next point is the effect of various parameter on material removal rate. The first one is the frequency. From the graph of frequency versus material removal rate, it is clear that with an increase in frequency of the tool head, the MRR should increase proportionally. However, there is slight variation in the MRR with frequency. Next parameter is amplitude. When the amplitude of the vibration increases, the MRR is expected to increase. The actual nature of variation is shown in the figure. Next one is grain diameter and abrasive concentration. This material removal rate should also rise proportionately with the mean grain diameter. When this diameter becomes too large, the crushing tendency increases. Next one is the concentration of the grain. or abrasive. The concentration of the abrasive directly controls the number of grain producing impact per cycle. Next parameter is feed force. From the diagram, it clearly indicates the MRR increases with increasing feed force, but after a certain critical feed force, it decreases because the abrasive grains get crushed under heavy load. Next parameter is grain size. From the figure, it shows that as the grain size increases, MRR is also increases. In diagram, it shows for tungsten carbide as well as glass material. The next one is advantages of this USM process. It is generally used for extremely hard materials like carbides, glass, ceramics, tool steel, titanium, quartz, etc. They can be machined with this process. Metal removal cost is low compared to other non-traditional machining process. The machine component is stress free. Physical properties of the material remain unchanged. The good surface finish and accurate profiles can be obtained with the help of this USM. The accuracy is up to plus or minus 0.07 mm and surface finish is up to 0.02 to zero point 0.8 microns. Operation is safer one. Any material can be machined regardless of their electrical conductivity. This process is also associated with certain disadvantages. MRR is low, that is up to 13 mm cube per second, hence it is not suitable for heavy metal removal. Soft materials are difficult to machine with the help of this USM process. After operations, abrasive slurry should be replaced to get next operation more efficient. Limited size of the cavity can be machined. Initial equipment cost and tooling cost is very high, and the power consumption for this machine is also high. Next one is the application of USM process. This USM process is mainly used for wire drawing and extrusion dies. Machining of hard machined material like tungsten and brittle materials can be easily done. Shapes which are on the cutting tool can be easily produced on the workpiece by this method. It is also used to drill fine holes of required shapes in the teeth, that is dentistry work.